Good morning, everyone. My name is Mike Renick. I'm the senior broker, the team lead of Team Renick Real Estate Services. We're part of that great Keller Williams on the Water, Sarasota family based here on the west coast of Florida. Little different format today. You notice I'm not wearing a tie. I normally have a clean dress shirt and a tie on to speak to you about formal issues. Well, on Thursdays, and we're still wrestling with a name for this, I want to speak from the heart about business and the right way to do business. Things that I was taught as I grew up, things that we implemented when we came to Florida. Many of my peers agree with the things that we're going to share over the next few Thursdays, and some of them don't. But my purpose of doing this, again, no videographer, no special equipment. Today I'm sitting in the office. I'm hoping next week we're going to start doing these remotely. And maybe some of you who are local will consider joining me for a cup of coffee. And I'll publish more about that. I've got a potential jury duty assignment next week, so we're waiting to see how that works out. But what I want to do is just speak very informally and share some ideas. What's most important to both Eric and myself when we came down here to practice real estate was honest, hardworking, ethical business. And one of the things, you can't read this on the screen, but this is a card that Keller Williams gave us. And when you look at a company that has the foundations of win-win or no deal, integrity to do the right thing, customers always come first, commitment in all things, communication, seek first to understand, listening is important, teamwork, trust starts with honesty, and success results through people. The one thing that I define that might be a little bit unique, it's ethics. And ethics is doing the right thing when no one is looking. So let me share a story. These are about stories that we've encountered. Eric and I had to go through our 14-hour real estate license renewal program. Every 2 years in Florida, you're required to go back into a classroom or attend an online class where you discuss and you learn about the latest things that have changed from a legal aspect, from an ethical aspect, anything to do with real estate. That way it keeps us current and makes sure the behavior is the right way. So a big part of that, maybe half of one of the 2 days, so 4 hours, was spent on ethics. And I thrive on that. That's how we built our team. That's how we built our company. And then we've got into a section on contract changes. So let me share this. When we're representing buyers, there's 2 state of Florida approved contracts. We'll call one the FAR bar. We'll call the other one as is. As is doesn't mean as is. That's a misnomer. But there's 2 kinds of contracts. There's also 2 kinds of licenses in Florida. Eric and I hold what's called a single agency license. We work for you. We have a fiduciary responsibility for you, and we have to share that. Most clients or most real estate agents are transaction brokers. They don't work for you. They work for your broker, and they don't have to share that. That's confusing to me. So that's issue number 1, but let's put that aside. So agents, in my mind, no matter what your license is, should be doing the right thing for you when we work the buy side. Eric and I we work with sellers, we work with buyers, and I think that's one of our strengths because we understand both sides of the equation. But here's the dilemma. The instructor, who's a well-renowned real estate broker, very honest man, very sincere and caring, but he shared that the as-is contract should never be used. And here's why. That contract allows the buyer to walk away during the inspection period for no reason at all. I thought about that for a few minutes, and then it dawned, or the thing I couldn't solve myself is, isn't that the right thing if we're working for the buyer? We need to give the buyer the most flexibility. If something happens during that inspection period, they don't need to be bound by that contract. Well, when Eric and I were independent brokers and owners of our own company, that's all we allowed our agents to use. And now where we are today, that's all we're ever going to use on the buy side, unless there's something on the seller side that stipulates different. See, here's what it really is. Do I want to lock a buyer into a contract so that they can't get out so I can get paid? Absolutely not. It's about doing the right thing. And when I put the words on this, it's about walking the talk, making sure that it's not just not words. So I asked the instructor, I'm a little confused. He didn't help clarify it. He knew where I was headed. So finally I asked him, The 4 hours of ethics that you taught that I really was enamored with, do I ignore that? Or do I ignore the part that you say don't use an as is? Because both can't go together. If we're behaving in the best interest of our client, we must, when we represent buyers, use the as is contract to give our buyers the most flexibility. That's the right way to do business. Whether you're a single agent or a transaction broker, in my mind, it's behaving in the best interest. It doesn't matter. There's nothing illegal for a transaction broker to behave in the best interest of their client. So these are the kind of topics I want to share. Obviously, we got into a little conundrum, and I'm not sure I know how to spell that word, but we really didn't get it solved. So I want to share today that option with you. When you're working as a buyer in the state of Florida, make sure that your agent shares the same ethical level that many of us do. Make sure that your agent really is looking out for your best interest. And that's by using the contract that we call the as is. That gives the buyer the most flexibility. It's the right way to do business. It's a way to make that finish line, when we cross the finish line, everyone a lot more happy. It's kind of like choosing a weak inspector. I'm absolutely opposed to that. I want a strong inspector that finds things before closing when we have time to address them. So we will be coming at you every Thursday morning. Next week is a little bit up in the air based on what we have right now for jury duty. But I just want to share from the heart, no tie. We had planned to be outside at St. Armand's Circle, and actually at Starbucks. We'll start inviting folks down for coffee. I have my coffee here. Like I said, Thursday mornings is a little bit more relaxed. Doesn't mean we're not working hard, because we're working hard every single day for you. We're open all Labor Day weekend. We were open all Memorial Day weekend, but we're open this coming weekend. So as we go forward, let me know what more issues I can share for you. What's the right way to do business? Those that talk the walk. In other words, they don't do it. They just use the words. In other words, anyone can use these words on this Keller Williams card. But where we're at, and what I'm really proud of, and what was a driving force for us joining Keller Williams, is this is what we live by. And that's the right way to do business. Provide your thoughts, any questions, comments, if you have any ideas. If you need to reach me, we provide our personal cells. My number is 941-400-8735. I'll have that with me all weekend. I welcome phone calls from 7 in the morning until 10 o'clock at night, all 7 days. I'll share Eric's phone number. Let me see if I can get this out, because he's just a push button on my phone. But it's 941-735-2199. Either one of us are available. If you have questions, even if you don't intend to work with us, but you have questions, we want to help. That's okay. It's all about doing business the right way. That's what we pledged to ourselves when we came here. We found a great home at Keller Williams that allows us to do that, just like we did when we were independent brokers. Take care, everyone. We're just a couple of days away from starting the weekend. I hope everyone has the best Labor Day weekend you've ever had. I also hope it's the most safest. Thanks, everyone. Take care.